What's going on, everyone? When did I post that one, actually? Oh, yeah, this one kind of went viral. Did you guys see the one I posted of the pyramid of control? And it's like the people at the bottom, then the illusion, which is consume, obey, fear, hate, disbelieve, or what does this one say? Don't believe or don't question or whatever. And then it says big pharma, tech giants, military industrial complex, and then it's the power brokers, governments, banks, corporations, and then it's Rockefeller's royal family, Rothschilds, and then it's Moloch, Baal, and Satan. It literally is what it is, man. It's actually quite clear. Okay, let's see here. Yo, Thrax, what's going on, man? Shout out to Thrax. Dude, did they build a big new building in front of the White House? Oh no, it's CGI. Okay. Trump just posted a picture of a crazy like arches that look to be in front of the White House, I think. Is that going to be built? I wonder. Yeah, Penna, I mean, it is all that, dude. Yes, people need, well, stressing about politics is one thing, like being stressed about it, yes. But if you're one of those people who's like, "No, I'm not really into politics, like I don't really pay any attention to it," then you're going to be manipulated by it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think you guys are missing out on anything by not being completely shut up to Butter Dog, dude. I just looked at your username on. I was about to message you, dude. Shut up to Butter. Um, but yeah, do not fear, man. I should have had fear not. If you notice, Penna rather, a lot of my Rumble live titles say fear not. But yeah, usually the latest thing is fake anyway. So you're better off gaining knowledge and wisdom into like mastering your own domain, your own what you can control, than all the bullshit fakeness. Like I said, if everyone stopped watching the news, that would actually be a pretty crazy. What would they be able to do? No one's getting brainwashed. Like that would be shocking, dude. Penna. Oh, sorry, Morgan. Penna. I'll remember you're a girl, but I will likely continue to call you Penna. I can't remember everyone's real names. I can only go by their username. Yeah, that's right, Penna. Okay, hold on a second. Let me shut out this live on Instagram real quick. Okay, boom, bang, bing. No problem. Okay, who's this guy who announced it again? Hold on. Okay, I got it all booted up. People are about to hear. This is shocking news, man. I do have an idea of what the angle is behind this, but it seems like pretty cool, an interesting thing anyway. Okay, where are we at? Rumble. Here we go. Yo, Thrax, how did you lose your Instagram, dude? And shout out to Tony Westbrook, man. Yeah, that's right, though, Morgan. And people do get, fear mongered about the latest politics and whatnot, or stressed out and freaking out about it. But most of it is pretty much fake, so you don't need to. Like I said, it's better to master your own domain, figure out what you can control in your own reality, what's going on, everyone? So, this is breaking, shocking news. This is not clickbait, by the way. So, Secretary Scott Bessent just came out and told everyone to change their tax withholding for 2026 to where you'd go and basically say, when they withhold your taxes from your pay stub, you can get them to stop withholding the taxes so that you get your full paycheck, and you can then choose to later on, depending on how this is going to go. This is what would happen last year or before this tax season, which ended literally today in Canada too, by the way, April 15th. Um, Basically, people were saying we're not paying taxes this year, and we had a guy on Newsmax say, change your tax withholding so that you get your full paycheck, and then put it into an account because you might have to pay it at the end of the year, but at least you don't have to be paying it before it's even due. See, this is what people don't understand. Like, if your taxes are getting deducted out of your wages, you're paying taxes before it's even due. So you're basically giving the government a interest-free loan until it's due, right? So, anyways, Scott Besson is telling everyone to talk to your employer and change your change your tax withholding, and you will get an automatic real wage increase on a weekly or monthly basis. So this is the thing though, it's in anticipation for a potential destruction of the Federal Reserve. So this is for 2026. I do wonder what's coming around the corner. It's getting a little bit weird though. We just saw also Australia is having their biggest oil refinery is on fire right now. It's not in the Middle East, but it's blowing up and on fire. When they just started to be able to, they just announced they're drilling now to be able to try to supplement their economy to not be dependent on countries thousands of miles away to be able to fuel their own nation. I know it's a crazy thought, but it is getting a little bit strange. So listen, we're discussing this and a lot more on my Rumble live stream channel. And there's a lot more than I can say on here that I wouldn't say on here that I would say on Rumble because it's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. I know. Well, depends. Oh my yet. Where are you a tax accountant? We'll ask oh my yet we'll ask him questions. So guys, we're live on Rumble right now. It's free to download, it's free to watch, and it's free speech. It's at the link in my bio. I'll tell you right now, we got a strike on here before on Instagram. We're literally talking about fluoride, and we talk about a lot more in detail stuff on my Rumble channel. So stuff that we can't mention here. If you want to tune in, come on over. And also I can answer a lot more questions over there because this is just basically the live shout out to tell people we're live on Rumble. So come on over to Rumble. You don't need to download an app, but if you get the app and you make an account, then you'll be able to comment and join the conversation. There's a whole bunch of super awake people in the comments over there. It's basically a whole community of folks who are, they've surpassed the stage of scrolling reels. They want to sit and listen and discuss and talk and share ideas with other people who are fully awake as well. So that's where we're at. I hope to see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio, and we'll see you on there. All right. Okay. Boom, bang, bing. So if you don't pay what you owe at least quarterly, you will have to pay penalties. Yeah, but there should be many ways around that. I always thought that was strange, because here too, it's like you got to pay, what do they call it? What's the word? Installments. It's like, dude, it's not even fucking due yet. I don't know how that became a tax law. I'm sure there's a loophole though. Like, do you think like Jeffrey Epstein was paying his like quarterly taxes? Like, I fucking doubt it. Thrax said he stopped paying attention to what's going on in the world. If things are actually going to happen, I'll see it happen. I'm done figuring out what's a lie and what's truth. Dude, that's a strong Thrax. As long as instead of doing that, you're focusing on building up something else. And again, mastering your domain, man, boosting your awareness and wisdom and knowledge and experience on things, then you're good to go, man. But either way, it's a good idea to not turn on to not watch TV for sure. Or even movies, dude. Movies today, the only movies I could watch today are movies probably from decades ago. I know, dude, don't even get me started. And you can't even if you wanted to, not see the conditioning anymore. It's so blatantly obvious. Herbert, did I see my message with the doctor? No, I didn't. Herbert, did you DM'd it to me, eh? DM it to me again, and or just send me a DM right now, and it will come back up to the top of my feed, and I'll save the video, dude, so I'll be able to watch it after the live. Shout out to Herb, man, and shout out to Mr. Bob, who's new to Rumble as well. And yeah, exactly. So Jeffrey Epstein probably wasn't paying his quarterly taxes. But there's also less probably intense ways to exempt out of that too. Like if you can get tax exempt on a wage, surely there's another. Dude, can you imagine though what could happen if? So this is why people aren't. I mean, some people probably are, but if you were to go onto like Instagram or Facebook or something right now, and your video went viral telling everyone not to pay their taxes, like the app wouldn't like that because that is technically inciting like criminal activity. So that's why people aren't really discussing that. They're not going to say that. And even the secretary, Besant here, Scott Besant, he didn't tell everyone to stop paying their taxes. He says change your pay stub to not withhold your taxes. And then all of a sudden you get. I remember my first paycheck looking and going like, hold on, holy fuck! I just had to give like $400 to the government for what? And it only got crazier since then. Shout out to Jim Bob Jumbo, who I haven't seen on Rumble before, but he said, nice to be back here listening to some common frickin' sense, also enjoying the chocolate. New Zealand checking in. Guys, Jim Bob is in frickin' New Zealand right now. Oh My Yet is in Oklahoma. We got people worldwide. Everyone comment your location now because it is cool. I mean, yesterday there was a girl commenting, or a girl on the live who's in China. She was watching from China, but I don't think she was Chinese. I think she said she owned businesses there or something. But she's from the States. Very interesting, man. Worldwide. China. Can you believe that? I'm sure she had to use a VPN or something. China, you can't even go on YouTube in China, man. And if you get caught with a VPN, I'm pretty sure they're cracking down. If anyone on here is Chinese, comment now and tell me about it. Because how's it going with VPNs in China? Apparently you get in big shit. But so shout out to Jim Bob. He said he's loving the chocolate powder. Guys, we're actually giving away chocolate on this live, by the way. So this is the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia that Jim Bob is enjoying and loving. And I can imagine why. I'm super thrilled to hear that, Jim. The lit powder, so it's certified heirloom cacao from Bolivia. It's super detoxifying. It boosts stem cell production. It also increases your gut microbiome, which is part of the system where, of course, a healthy human being is supposed to contain more bacterial cells than human cells. But the chlorine, the fluoride, what's it called in New Zealand? The 1080. There's a pesticide in New Zealand that's not sprayed anywhere else, I don't think. It's unfortunate, and a lot of New Zealanders are fighting back against it. It's like glyphosate, but it's another version. It's shit for you. Anyway, your gut microbiome is supposed to contain more bacterial cells than human cells. But most people, or your whole system is supposed to contain more bacterial cells. But all these chemicals disrupt your gut microbiome. Could that make you less human if a full human is supposed to have all this bacteria? I wonder, but I do know what doesn't need to be wondered is that these chemicals that wipe out your gut bacteria and GIMP, they float around in your freaking bloodstream. They deposit in your organs. It affects fertility. This is part of the reason fertility rates are off a cliff. This is part of the chemical assault on humanity. 100%. King of Bees says, I doubt a Chinese person is going to say anything. Yeah, maybe not, King of Bees. Unless they're a full-blown expat. But anyway, so we're giving away 3 or 4 bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Super detoxing, super delicious. Jim Bob is loving it all the way in freaking New Zealand. The way the deal works, it is first come, first serve. So we can't give it all away all night. But if you click this link, I just put in the chat, that goes to chalk.com. So Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So Trustpilot, look at Herbert. Herbert said he loves his male stack. I'll tell you guys what a male stack is in a second. You will be mind blown. We have female stacks too, don't worry. But it's interesting because, just so you know, Trustpilot is the leading third-party verified review website on the internet, and they have 5,000 reviews on their third-party verified 5-star reviews. So the way the deal works, it's first come, first serve. The number one superfood at chalk.com is the hot water purified shilajit, which is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It massively increases the production of new brain cells. For guys, it boosts testosterone. For women, it calibrates your endocrine system. There's also a compound in here called C60 or carbon 60, which has anti-aging effects. So I'm pretty sure Jim Bob is taking the Chalk Daily, which is the number one supplement for men, which has shilajit in it as well. And that one is the one that he's taking that boosts total testosterone 21% in 90 days. That's what's in his male vitality stack. So the website is chalk.com. I just put it in the chat. Did it show up for you guys? Sometimes it doesn't show up. Hold on a second. Shout out to Butterdog. He's on the site right now. Apparently there's a ton of people on the site already. So this is the way the deal works. Shilajit, of course, top superfood, adaptogen, detoxing. The second most potent superfood for men and women is the organic ashwagandha, which is clinically studied. It's a hormone optimizer. It massively boosts melatonin production, and it also increases sleep quality. So by boosting melatonin, it doesn't indiscriminately boost it. There it is. There's the link, guys. Choq.com, CHOQ.com. It didn't send the first 2 times. So the ashwagandha is a hormone optimizer. It's super pro-fertile. It also, with the melatonin boost, you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it, and it massively increases fertility for men and women too. So this is an adaptogen that you don't get anywhere else. I mean, most ashwagandha on the internet is farmed in China, so you do have to watch out. I mean, if you're serious about rejuvenating from the years of glyphosate and atrazine and GMOs and fluoride and the heavy metals we're being sprayed with, which is freaking shocking, then this is for you. So ashwagandha, superfood, and it's clinically studied. So we have a ton of, there's 43 clinical studies, I think, on the ashwagandha. So to get the free lit powder, you go to choq.com, that's CHOQ.com. You'll see the male and female vitality stacks on there. If you put the male or female stack in your cart and you apply your discount code 44LIFE, that's a 44% off lifetime discount, 44LIFE, that unlocks 44% off for life. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But as soon as you place your order on the live, you're going to get the free $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order automatically. So Sauce D said he just got his male stack. Should he take the 1 capsule a day of ashwagandha when I wake up or before bed? I would say Sauce D when you wake up. Matthew, shout out to Matthew. An herbalist will tell you the best time to take superfoods, or rather herbs and whatnot, is in the morning on an empty stomach. So that's what I usually do, or with a bit of breakfast action. Thrax says, do you expect a price increase with chalk eventually, with prices rising everywhere for everything? Well, Thrax, if there's some type of energy crisis, I highly don't think that they would be able to maintain the same prices if it costs a shitload more to ship. So but that lifetime discount locks you into a 44% off lifetime discount on some of the top superfoods in the natural world, which is why a lot of people yesterday and the day before we mentioned that, and a bunch of people got their free lits and their discounts on the male and female stacks. The other one that's in the female stack, I have a fresh, brand new bottle of the wild crafted. I don't know why that looks. There's 90 capsules in here. Wild crafted Irish moss from Nova Scotia in Canada, which is way more potent and cleaner than the stuff that's coming out of the Caribbean that's full of microplastics. And that Irish moss in the female stack massively increases your genetic function, because you may be thinking, how can you say something boosts your genetic function? But that's because the minerals, which are what's supposed to build your DNA, minerals are wavelengths, are frequencies of light, and your DNA is light codes. And so today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So if you're getting the Irish moss into you, or the shilajit into you, which is in the female and male stack, then you're getting those minerals, which not only rebuilds your DNA and ignites all the biological processes in your body, but it also actually gets you more nutrients from the food you're already eating to begin with. If you're eating, let's say, whatever, you have a friggin' cheeseburger tonight, it's organic. Any of the vitamins in there, if you're not getting the full matrix of minerals, you can't absorb all the vitamins to begin with. But if you're getting the full matrix of minerals, every single one of those vitamins can be activated. That's a true, like, you may have thinking, like, I never really heard that. That kind of sounds strange. Type it in, man. Google it. If freaking vitamins require minerals to activate them. And today, again, if you're going crazy on your organic kick here, you can be organic out the yin yang, but unless you're getting all those minerals, which is not present in the even organic food supply to the degree they're supposed to be, then you're still not getting the full potential out of the food you're already eating to begin with. So shout out to Butter Dog, who just placed his order number 762666. Dude, Butter, you got an angel number there. Shout out to Butter Dog, man, or a God number, you could call it. I know you're going to say, but 666, I thought, no, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. Shout out to Sauce D. He said he loves the chocolate. Stuff never gets old to me. Sauce D, it is something different about the chocolate powder, man. And Butter just got the first free lit of the night, which means we have, I guess, 2 or 3 bags left to give away. But it is amazing because, first thing, chocolate. Like, who doesn't like chocolate, right? Who doesn't like cacao? Who doesn't like freaking that taste? But the fact that this is heirloom, the original cacao, is built different. Plus, of course, you also have the Ceylon cinnamon in there, the organic vanilla bean powder, organic coconut milk powder, super detoxing and good for your system. There's also lucuma and camu camu in there as well. And then the male stack, by the way, because there's a bunch of people looking at the male stack as well. The male stack has the Tongkat 100 in it, which massively increases, free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Plus sperm count, sperm motility, mental clarity, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. So this thing is friggin', and again, most Tongkat is farmed in China. So this Tomcat is wildcrafted in Nova Scotia, or I'm sorry, not Nova Scotia. Tomcat doesn't grow in Nova Scotia. It grows in the chemical-free Malaysian rainforest. So make sure you put that discount code 44life on the male or female stack to get the 44% off lifetime discount. Do not pay full price when we're running that. And then automatically you're going to get the free lit included in your order. Tony said, so glad you taught me about how important minerals are. Mainstream only talks about vitamins. Tony, isn't that interesting, eh? When you do find out the importance and shockingness about minerals, it's like kind of the elephant in the room that's not discussed. Also, because when they're spraying chemtrails, that disrupts the gut microbiome. This is one of the reasons why there's not enough or not as much anymore minerals in the food supplies, because what gets minerals into the plants and into the animals is the bioactive, or just basically the microbiome of the soil. And so there's supposed to be this bacteria present in the soil that breaks down rocks in the soil to make it bioavailable to the plant. And because the heavy metals, because the pesticides, because the friggin' synthetic fertilizers and shit, that disrupts the gut the microbiome of the soil and makes it unable for the plants to uptake all those other minerals. And instead, they just get NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which is the main fertilizer that's synthetic that they use. So it's freaking shocking, man. Rules and Tools says Joseph Wallach mapped a lot of the major functions of minerals in our bodies. Dude, that's amazing. And more people need to be, I don't know if they even teach that, like hopefully nutritionists or some shit know that. I know that dietitians don't know anything. I know that they think you can drink Diet Coke and that aspartame is totally safe. I actually have a story about that, by the way. Tim said, I think that chalk satisfies your body so you don't have to eat as much. Tim, I mean, well, I know this. The Shilajit calibrates or optimizes your metabolism, so I wouldn't be surprised. And then the chocolate is pretty filling, man. You get 2 scoops of chocolate in a nice mug of hot cocoa, like that does fill you up, man, 100%. Sauce D said he has appetite issues lately, and that chocolate is a solid meal replacement for getting vitamins, etc. The cinnamon, great for blood circuit. Dude, I was saying this, Sauce D. Cinnamon, if it's the original cinnamon, the Ceylon cinnamon, which again, most cinnamon today is the cassia cinnamon, which is hybrid. It's not as good for you. But the Ceylon cinnamon could be a supplement in itself. Like if you were to just take capsules of Ceylon cinnamon, you would be benefited massively. So you're basically getting that in the chocolate as well. That is strange, Thrax. That's like the first person I've ever heard about who doesn't like cacao, rather chocolate. Embry said, been taking mine 3 days now. I weeded the crap out of my garden today. Superpowers unlocked. Shout out to Embry, who's calibrating her endocrine system, boosting her brain function, because that's, again, Shilajit, stimulates the production of new brain cells while she's barefoot in her garden gardening. Freaking rights. That's so awesome. And she is on day 3 of her 90-day chalk challenge. Shout out to Embry, who has a little 18-month-old who's reading right now. Like, if you detox and energize and boost your system, you'd be surprised what kind of babies you can lay. No, but really, she did actually take chalk leading up to her conception, and she attributes some impeccable benefit. I mean, think about it. If you're getting, they call Shilajit the destroyer of weakness. We found out yesterday that Shilajit has the full range of B vitamins. I didn't even know that until yesterday. It's considered to be one of the most powerful superfoods in the natural world. That's something I want to be taking, man. And I already eat organically. So, by the way, yeah, exactly, Tim. But it's interesting because I saw a post today. You guys might have seen it, or I made a post rather. That's right, Thrax. It's the hybrid cinnamon. The most cinnamon in the stores is cassia cinnamon. It grows faster. There's a whole bunch of like benefits if you're a corporation. But for actual health benefits, the Ceylon cinnamon, they call it true cinnamon. And you got to watch out for the heavy metals that are in, like that McCormick shit, eh? Yeah, McCormick got exposed. McCormick brand spices, a bunch of their spices have a ton of heavy metals in them. That's right, absolutely. Amy said, repent and make Jesus your Lord. Shout out to Amy. Amen. Amen. Herbert said, look into the balance between copper and iron in the body. Iron deficiency and Big Pharma's answer makes it worse. Herbert, I have heard that. Hold on a second, Herbert. That's what happened to someone I know personally who they think he has high iron, but it's actually low copper, which is throwing off the balance. That's strange, isn't it? Herbert, you need to freaking go on a podcast with what's her name in here? Rules and Tools. Rules and Tools and Herbert both have an impeccable amount of information. I can tell by their comments. So shout out to both of you guys. Hold on a second. Let me just double check here. We got a bunch of people on the site. We have 2 or 3 bags left of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Get your order placed ASAP to the male or female stack with the discount code 44life. I just put it in the chat to get the 44% off lifetime discount. We are about to shout out the live again on Instagram in a few minutes here, and we will end up giving away the last couple bags. So if you're on the site, quickly get your order placed. I also made a post today. Did you guys see that Trump posted on Truth Social that basically it was a clip of people saying that it was a picture of the globe, and the guy says that well, I'll parrot it to you guys here. Talking about the Artemis astronauts. And he says, the great big globe. Mark Twain said, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. That's from, it looks like Newsmax, and Trump reposted it. Is that Newsmax? No, something else. Greg Kelly reports. Anyway, so basically people are in a topsy-turvy thinking that Trump was alluding or posting about how we all know the moon landing and this new exploration was completely fake. So sometimes I feel like when something's going viral and it's going crazy, they'll like capitalize on it and throw a spin and give extra stuff to get people's head wrapped around wondering what's going on. You know what I mean? Like if everyone's talking about, shout out to Herbert, man. Have a good sleep, dude. Well, I know you'll have a good sleep. He's taking the ashwagandha. Shout out to Herb, man. We'll see you on tomorrow's live, bro. So, anyways, when these guys post this, when Trump posts that, and it's like making everyone wonder, is he saying that he thinks that the moon landing? Yes, it's hiding in plain sight, or it's adding to it, or it's getting people spun up. Uh, like, what does he know? Is he telling the truth? Is he trying to expose it to us? It's something to talk about. But we all know, and we have been knowing that all that moon stuff is totally fake. And I think when people ask, like, why would they fake it? It could be the beginning of a massive awakening for them, because I don't know about you guys, but in like 2019, 2018, I kind of knew the earth definitely wasn't a spinning ball, but for years I just thought, I didn't understand it fully, because I'm like, okay, it's not a spinning ball, but arguing about the shape of the earth is like arguing about the color of your house as it's burning down. And I thought there's more important things to discuss. But to be honest, yes, if the Earth is not a spinning ball in space, like that is a literally gigantic lie. And once you see it, all the other stuff clearly is completely CGI and fake. And when they lie, they got to lie big. Exactly, rules. Well, think about it. If you lied just like a little bit, like a small lie, like people could wrap their heads around it being a lie. Like it's like, but a big lie, people can hardly fathom. There's no way they could be lying about that. That's basically where we're at with the shape of the earth, 100%. Seek Truth said, I was blessed to get the mail stack, the free lit powder, and a 7 Wonders. Woohoo, shows up Monday. Shout out to Seek Truth, man. Seek Truth got his mail stack. It's in the mail now, probably. Unless he got it today, in which case actually it still could be in the mail if you ordered before like 4:30. It probably did ship out today. And he got the free lip powder for Seek Truth. You're gonna freaking love it, man. We do literally have it every single day, and you can have it by the spoon dry. I do recommend empty. Well, you can have it anytime, before, after meals, whatever. But if you're on an empty stomach and it's first thing in the morning, and you make a hot and it's extremely pro-fertile. I do love Shilajit. I've probably said that word more than any of you combined, to be honest. Shilajit. What? No way, Sonny? Katie's in the hospital for her kidneys? What the heck happened to her kidneys? What the fuck? Really, eh? Dang, man. What the heck's going on with... I wonder what that could be. Yo, everyone, give a quick prayer to Katie, who's usually on the lives. Sonny, by the way, you can message Butterdog about the text you sent me. Maybe he can help. Uh, unless we missed that ball anyway. What was I saying though? Damn, that kind of threw a curve ball. Yeah, everyone give a quick prayer for Katie to be speedy recovery. Shout out to Rugby, man. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so get this, 3.3 million pounds of thrust, apparently. 330 cubic feet of living space is apparently on the spaceship. The capsule at the top of the spaceship that they apparently jump out of is 3.3 meters tall. 3.3 pounds maximum personal belongings. 3.3 pounds of water for thrusters. I don't know what that's for. The Omega X33 is the watches that were worn by the crew. And then it's 322 feet tall, which is 322. Anyway, so it's totally encoded with Masonic psyopness. You know what I mean? That is freaking wild. So if you needed any more evidence or thinkings, it is completely fake. They did not do that. So the going theory is they shoot this rocket, it goes out of sight. The official story is that then it speeds up to 25,000 miles an hour. And then it goes through the atmosphere and goes into space, which, by the way, we have smart people on here. How is it possible that the Earth has an atmosphere, but space is a vacuum without a physical barrier in between it? You couldn't even fathom that. There's no way that could be a thing. But I know if I Google it, it's like, well, because the gravity, which is fake, it's not gravity, it's electromagnetism, buoyancy, and density. That's what Nikola Tesla said. He said gravity is fake. It's electromagnetism, density, and buoyancy. Those are the laws of this realm, not gravity. So they're going to have they've created a language to sell an idea. So they've created some type of scientific method that they explain as to how a ball in space can be round and have an atmosphere, but be surrounded by a vacuum. Do you guys, can you picture, like, you see why that's shocking, right? Anyways, that one always stood to me to be a little bit strange. And then I love that the long day of Joshua is that Joshua asked God to stop the sun and the moon from rotating above the earth. He didn't say stop the earth from rotating around the sun. So it's just like, of course, in the Bible, it literally says there's a firmament, there's a sun and the moon, they're local, the earth is not moving, the universe is done being created, or the earth is done being created. So it already says like the hard hitters, like basically it's flat and there's a dome above it. But then you have other kind of what's the word, like additions to that add on to that, like that he asked the sun and the moon to stop rotating above the earth. Very interesting. So Sonny, did he expose the fake moon landing? That's awesome. Yeah, that's right. Jim Bob said 100%, mate. Of course, he's from New Zealand. He says, simply a vacuum cannot exist adjacent to a pressurized system without a barrier. 100%, Jim. So then, Jim, if we're not on a spinning ball in space, what the Sam damn is going on? And I think we all know. Mega says, or Tim rather says, the physics is incomprehensible to me, but as the object leaves our atmosphere, less gravity/pull allows the increase of incredible speeds. That's right, Tim. That is, I'm sure that is what they say. I believe that is a good thing to say. I don't buy their story because I don't believe that that they can get through the firmament and that there's even space beyond the firmament. But I can see that as being a convenient cover story. You know what I mean? Or a convenient excuse as to how it is. Just like how if you say fluoride, for example, how is fluoride good for you when it melts the road, right? When it spills on the road, it melts it, but if it's in your water, it's good for you. Well, they say because the dose, like the dose makes the poison. In low doses, it's been scientifically studied um, to actually benefit you, but in too much of a good thing can be harmful. And so, anyway, I see it as like they have classic debunks, you know. Shout out to MC Knight. Embry said there are people who claim to have been to heaven. Yeah, for sure. And they say our sky is the first heaven, space is the second heaven, and the third heaven is what we think of heaven. Look towards the heavens. From what I heard, Embry, heaven is above the firmament. But the thing is, because I'm questioning, you know, the shape of the earth, and if the earth is not a ball, I don't believe in other planet balls floating around because we're definitely not a flat disk floating in space. Then I do wonder, I don't think of like surely there might be space, but not the space the way they sell it to us, where there's like galaxies and cosmos and all these other planets and this infinite realm, like infinite freaking other spinning balls out there. You know what I mean? Um, but I believe that there is layers to it. Apparently, there's like a 300-mile uh, wide or deep um, layer of where it's like ether and it's like jelly like. It's some type of thing, and that's what they're skimming across when they shoot these rockets up and you see them. It looks like they're splashing into water. You guys have surely seen that, right? When the rockets go way, way up, not this one, Artemis, but another one, the Chinese Tinzhou one. I posted a video on it, and it literally looks like it's skimming across water at its peak. And then they say after that it went to space, but we know it fell back down and they went and collected it and then CGI'd the rest of it, you know. But that's, you know what's funny too? Here's how you know there is a global Illuminati hidden hand. This is 100% how you know. Because every country teaches spinning ball, space, planets, solar system. Every single country teaches that same lie. But every single country and every single culture used to know of the dome, know of the true nature of it, that they weren't spinning at 66,600 miles an hour. Isn't it interesting? It's called the post I saw was it's Masonic science. So um it's Masonic science. The Masons, the you know, the tip tops of them, of course. Not your local guy who's near, you know, next to you down the road, right? Okay, I'm gonna shout out the live on Instagram real quick. If you're on the site right now, quickly place your order for the male or female stack with that discount code 44life to unlock the free lit powder and the 44% off lifetime discount. And then we will get you that free lit included in your order. Otherwise, I'm shutting out the live on Instagram real quick. We'll get a bunch more people in here, and we will end up giving away the last few bags of the lit powder. Steve said his screen has been frozen for 8 minutes. You guys can see me. I'm sure there'd be people saying, where the Sam damn did you go? But Big Steve, maybe like refresh or something, dude. Okay, hold on. Let me think here. One sec. Really? You're not frozen. Okay, thanks, Butter. Butter said I'm not frozen. Shout out to Butter Dog, dude. Okay, I'm shutting out the live. I just told Katie we all prayed for her. That's liver, kidneys, man. What even kidneys? They filter. We get a filter, man. So that's why you got to drink good water and flush out your system, man, big time. And minerals. Get those minerals into you. Those bind to all the contaminants and free radicals and help excrete them out of the body. I can, you know, it's shocking how many people are, you know, unfortunately under the under the weather, but not like a flu, but like actually in a lowered vibrational state. If Nikola Tesla knew one thing, it's that everything's frequency, energy, and vibration, including, think about this, when you go to bed, before you fall asleep, you first pretend you're asleep. Think about that, and you know the rest of the story. You go pretend you're sleeping, then you fall asleep. You pretend you gotta fake it till you make it, so to speak. Not entirely, because that's, but it's about embodying the thing before you've attained it, and it helps you to attain it. So that's pretty freaking cool, eh? But my point is that with all the stuff that they've done, including smart meters, which I still remember seeing the first video I ever saw about smart meters. I didn't know what the big idea was. But the shady way they ended up putting these on everyone's houses and making it like you can't even opt out, you can't get rid of them. In some states you can actually though, but in most places you can't get rid of your smart meter. The best thing you could do is get it put on a post like 100 feet down your friggin' driveway away from your house. But you can't, it used to be that you could opt out of the new smart meter program and get an analog meter, which is the original smart meters we grew up looking at. It's not a smart meter, it's an analog meter. Then they gave people the option to opt out. 10% of people, let's say, opted out. They said, no, I'll keep my analog meter. Then once they whittled that down to 10% or so, then they started saying, okay, but it's going to cost more per month if you have the analog meter. So then people were like, another 5% of people said, oh, okay, sure, put the smart meter on my house. And then when it's just a micro percentage of people, they say, okay, no more opting out. We got to put the smart meter on your house. Otherwise, we're turning off your electricity. That's how they did it. And I can tell you, it was, look, Embry. Embry pays a monthly fee to not have one. Shout out to Embry. And what is it, like $5 or $10 or something, Embry? I'll gladly pay that. Your house isn't burning down in a forest fire anytime soon. People think the smart meters had to do with the decimation of like Northern California and shit, by the way, because there's something in them that can superheat all the wires in your house like that. And it's a shocking situation, actually. I should talk to my electrician friend and say, hey, what can I do? Is there anything I could do to make it so that if that tried to happen, that it just couldn't happen? Maybe we should all think about that. But anyways, shout out to Isaiah. So the fact that they shadily did that, you got to wonder, who's benefiting? What's the big idea? Smart meters, they're a non-consensual 24/7 warrantless search on your house because they're collecting all the data of anything plugged in, anything going on. And they also are electrotoxic, is the way it was stated. Electrotoxic because the frequencies that are coming off of them are not good for your DNA. They're not good for your frequency if they're a non-native frequency. And this is what I ask people. Not only if someone says, oh, I want to be healthy, the first thing I say is, well, what water do you drink? And the best question they can ask is, well, not the best question, but when they say, what do you mean, what water? I already know we're at the beginning of a big situation. Because if they're asking what water, that means they're not even thinking about what water they're drinking. They're just drinking water. Like, what, a water bottle? I get it out of my fridge. It comes out of the tap. Like, I don't give a fuck. I drink the shower water. You know what I mean? So that's that. And then another thing I would ask someone is, where is the smart meter on your house? Make sure you're not sleeping on the inside wall where the smart meter, like the smart meters in this house, the smart meter would be on that wall right there. And this was when I walked this house before I bought it. This was the little daughter's room, and her bed was up against this freaking wall right behind me where the smart meter was. That is unfortunate, dude. We need to be, this is a crime against humanity, 100%. It's infertility, it's DNA damage. It'll give you migraines, tinnitus, all the shit. It's going to fry your freaking head. It's like a microwave. And don't think they don't know, by the way. People are going around with radiation meters detecting it. It's freaking shocking. So a part of the war on humanity, it's actually a part of the silent weapons for quiet wars thing that's going on. Cell towers, smart meters, Wi-Fi, get rid of all your smart appliances or make them dumb. If you got a smart TV, I know some of you guys are streaming me to your TV. I'm just saying, I'm not walking around scared of TVs and smart fucking toilets and everything, smart dishwashers and all that. But the less electromagnetic frequencies you're exposed to, the significantly better off you are. And you can start by unplugging your Wi-Fi at night. Eventually, you can wire your whole house. It's not hard. It's like a couple, it's not even, it's easy to do, but it takes a few things. But anyways, try to reduce your electromagnetic frequency exposure. And also, when you find out what you've been exposed to, what those frequencies do to your DNA and your brain and your blood, even, yes, literally your blood, you'd want to be majorly boosting your and increasing your mineral supplementation, the minerals you're getting, because minerals rebuild your DNA. And they also, if you're getting carbon 60, C60, which is in the shilajit, by the way, that is the anti-aging effect. So that's going to lengthen telomeres. Because I can imagine if you're sitting next to a microwave that's on all day, and you did that for 20 years, it's been like 20 something years that smart meters have been put on people's heads. Then you can imagine that would probably prematurely age them, right? So this is when it comes down to supplementation, getting the minerals, getting the bioactive compounds, detoxing, and rejuvenating. It's not so much like, yeah, you can get all the heavy metals out, and you absolutely should get all the heavy metals out. But the fact that shilajit also not only supports heavy metal detox, but increases rejuvenation and restoration of the parts of your system that were damaged in the first place is a big reason why a lot of you on here are already taking shilajit from Chalk. So I'm about to shut out the live on Instagram. This is the last call, basically, on the free lit powders. We're giving away 3 $100 bags, guys, tonight of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia at chalk.com. I just put the link in the chat, choq.com. $100 bags, organic, certified heirloom, genetically tested heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which massively boosts stem cell production. It increases your gut microbiome. It also is believed to decalcify your pineal gland, and it's one of the highest antioxidant content superfoods in the natural world, which help excrete contaminants and what do they call them? Free radicals out of the body. So super detoxing. You'll love the lit powder. The way the deal works, number one superfood for men and women is the hot water purified shilajit, the hormone optimizing effects, the brain function, detox, fertility. If you go and put the male or female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 44life, 44LIFE, you get a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically you're going to get that $100 bag of lit included in your order. We have 2 or 3 bags left to give away because Butterdog already got a stack. Shout out to Butterdog. I'm going to go live on Instagram now, and we will end up giving away the last couple bags to this next surge of people on here who could already be on Rumble, but it's a constant thing to be shouting out the Rumble because it's a different app. People don't use it much, and well, we use it a shitload actually, but I'm just saying it's not yet competing with YouTube, but it is competing with YouTube in the sense that there's stuff on here that is just not allowed on YouTube, man. Documentaries. And for some reason you can like fully copyright shit on here. Like we've watched several movies, documentaries on Rumble where you can't watch that for like 2 seconds on YouTube. Their algorithm detects and they say it's copyright. C Truth said he heard Tesla doors are not regular door locks. If the car malfunctions and catches fire, you can't open the door and you'll burn inside of it. Holy shit, C Truth. I'm sure if it's all electronic. Whereas you have like a Toyota freaking Hilux, every damn part of that machine is mechanical. You can yank the door open. By the way, so Toyota makes Hiluxes and stuff for Dubai and other places around the world. But it's nothing like what was made 20 years ago. So the new Hiluxes are completely shit compared to the old Hiluxes, even the same models. They have no vehicle manufacturer has yet to go back to building things that are structurally sound, that are built different, that freaking last, and that are mechanical and that you can fix, in your garage with a toolbox. That is a thing of the freaking past they're trying to get rid of. Big Steve said all the 2026 cars can legit be shut off by the gov at any time if they think you're up to anything or you're driving wild. Yeah, Big Steve, or if you're leaving the 15-minute city. Do people see, look at us here. We're talking about fluoride. We're talking about smart meters. We're talking about every single angle you can think of. Yes, vehicle manufacturing. It's all leading up to it breaks. You got to buy a new one. It's not just about profit, it's about control. 100%. Casey Cruz says they don't fit big people though. Well, big people should be walking more anyway. No, I'm just kidding. I was bigger actually last summer, but I lost 20 some odd pounds, 25 probably, from intermittent fasting and chugging a ton of the Chad mode and the chocolate powder. Yeah, 2003 Tundra. Sonny, my dad has a Tundra and had a Tundra, but his Tundra now is the last Tundra that will have a 6-cylinder. They're dropping it to like 4 point, I don't know what it was, 3 points, and making it like freaking hybrid, man, or some shit. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, Isaiah, a horse. Oh, also, eventually, all the new cars will have breathalyzers built into them. So all of you guys in old backcountry roads, you want to have a quick little pint and hit the road? Nope. 2030, you won't be able to. Like you can't even get plastered and then go driving now. No, I'm just kidding. Seek Truth said they're gonna. Oh yeah, no. Dialed said it. Dialed. You have a way, man. Dialed says stuff that is just well articulated. We're talking about the assault on vehicle manufacturers, making shittier cars, controlling people with AI cars, making it illegal to drive a car that's old at some point. You know, soon they're going to say in the UK they already have this. In the UK, there's ultra low emission zones where you cannot drive a car. Well, for one, they restrict vehicles in general, but there's other parts of the highway where if your car is past a certain year old, then it's emitting too much and you're not like allowed to drive it, or you have to pay a huge tax or something, or you're not allowed in the inner city with an old car. And this is part of the plan, man. And they don't even want you having a freaking car. They want you on public transit, basically. And it would be all AI and everything. So hold on. But Dialed said, death by 1,000 cuts, control by 1,000 measures. Exactly, Dialed. So here's the thing. There's guys in the automotive industry who know the new cars are shit and it's all bullshit and it's all fake and the EPA sucks and it's all shit. And they think, though, it's incompetence. They think that it's like just a bit of corruption and stuff. But when you step back and you look at all the industries and all the stuff that's happening at all the same time, it clearly could not be coincidence. Horses, they're going to say they fart too much or some shit. Shout out to Rachel, realist, by the way. Rachel, is this your first, or Ratchet? Yeah, Rachel. Welcome, Rachel, to Rumble. I think she's new here. And also welcome to Germ VDG. He has 3 2007 vans. Leave me alone, bastards. I know, Germ. All we all want is to be left alone, man. That's all we want. You want to love your family. You want to grow some food. You want to have a good old friggin' time in your backyard, have a barbecue, butter dog. But there's a plan, man, big time. Okay, I'm shouting out this live on Rumble real quick. Well, yeah, Big Steve, that's the thing. If you feed a cow grass, it emits like 90% less methane. They're all worried about cow farts, but causing the climate to change. But it's because, for one, that doesn't cause the climate to change anyway. Weather modification does. But if they were really concerned about it, they'd stop feeding them GMO corn and soy, and then they would produce way less methane if that was actually a problem. Which, dude, there's greenhouses that buy literally generators to emit carbon dioxide into the greenhouse to increase the yield and plant growth. It's a vital plant nutrient, 100%. And yes, electric cars suck. You're sitting on a gigantic lithium battery, EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies out the yin yang. It's shocking. Welcome, everyone. So, guys, we are live on Rumble right now. So, Ozzy said, EV cars, please. I just saw a hilarious Australian say they all want electric cars, not knowing how much diesel it takes to pull all that shit out of the ground and to refine it. And then also the car batteries last like maybe 10 years. They are literally mystery men. They are 100% worse for the environment than gas and diesel. Anyone should know that. But we used to get fact checked when we post that on Instagram. They don't want you guys knowing this stuff. Eventually, they don't want us having any private property at all, including our own vehicles. They eventually want us all on what AI controlled electric smart buses that drive you around if you need to in your 15-minute city. This is 100% part of the plan. Listen, guys, I got to be careful. Planned obsolescence. Trippy Rasco said planned obsolescence. What do you think cash for clunkers was? What do you think all the new cars being able to be remotely switched off is all about? And being made to break, being made that you can't fix them in your garage anymore. This is 100% part of the plan, and it's death by 1,000 cuts or control by 1,000 measures. That's what, even in the automotive industry, the EPA, completely fake. We'll talk about that. Shout out to Just Honeybee. I was praying before this live, actually. So listen, guys, we are live on, replacing an electric vehicle battery costs $30,000. That's exactly right. So listen, guys, we're live on Rumble right now. It's at the link in my bio. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. This girl commented, she said, and her username is mom of 17 kids. If she actually has 17 kids, literally, God bless you. That is so impeccably freaking amazing. You just made a whole generation of little ones. That's so cool. So listen, guys, we're live on Rumble right now. Rumble is an alternative to YouTube. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio. Come on over to Rumble. We're discussing stuff that we cannot mention on here, and I hope to see all of you guys on there. It's at the link in my bio, or you could go comment the word Rumble on any one of my posts, and you'll get the link sent directly to your DMs. All right? We'll see you guys on Rumble. Yeah, dude, freaking Australia, a giant fire is erupting the oil refinery in Geelong, Australia. Dude, do you guys know that Bill Gates literally said that planting trees is like the worst way to absorb carbon? Non-toxic, she must have adopted some, man. 17 kids, but some women have had 17 kids in the past, so it's possible, but that is God mode, man. But anyways, Bill Gates literally said, like, planting trees is not the ideal way to go. And that, instead, he spent, like, millions of dollars. There isn't a word yet, fire Rivas, on how it started. I'm sure we can picture it, though. And that's just after they said they're going to be drilling for more oil to be independent from the Middle East, man. It's freaking shocking. But anyways, Bill Gates went and instead built some multi-million-dollar carbon sink thing that sucks carbon out of the air and pumps it into the ground or some bullshit. I'm sure it's completely fake and literally does nothing, but that's what he said we should do instead. Well, set the example, man. He did it, and we should all just make $1 million carbon sink thing. Rivera says he thinks I'm frozen. We'll get a check real quick. I think most people would be saying, what the Sam damn's going on if I was frozen. It could just be on your end, Rivera's, if you restart the app or something. I did see the Braveheart protest speech in Ireland. I actually made a post about it today, non-toxic. Thank you, Butterdog. So, guys, a couple things are going on right now. We know they're spraying us with chemtrails. We know the pesticides and the fluoride they're trying to pollute us with. He is fire, that's right. I think it's more important than ever to be of sound mind and sound body. Detox the crazy stuff out of your system, boost your brain function, decalcify your pineal gland, and fully restore vitality 100%. So on this live, we have 2 or 3 more bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder, left to give away. So it's certified organic, certified heirloom. So this is the original cacao. It massively boosts stem cell production. It also increases your gut microbiome, and it is believed to decalcify your pineal gland. Super, super potent and delicious. You can eat it by the spoon dry. It's freaking amazing. This is the last call for the free lit deal we're doing. The website, the way the deal works, I just put the link in the chat. It's first come, first serve. Go to chalk.com, that's CHOQ.com, and you'll see the male and female vitality stacks, which are the 2 most potent combos for men and women, which both contain the purified shilajit. So the shilajit is a herbo-mineral compound coming from the Himalayan mountains. It massively increases brain function. It's a hormone optimizer. It's clinically studied to stimulate the production of new brain cells. When guys take it, it boosts testosterone and boosts sperm count. And for women, it calibrates your endocrine system, and also it's pro-fertile. So shilajit is a superfood. It's in both the male and female vitality stack. If you put the male or female stack in your cart, and you apply the discount code 44life, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically, you're going to get that discount and a $100 bag of chocolate included in your order. What's interesting too, you won't see the free lit on your order, but it's going to be physically placed into your package when they pack it up and ship it out. Which we have a bunch of people on here who are already taking the chocolate powder. So shout out to all those guys and girls. And in the male and female stack, you also have the organic ashwagandha. Most ashwagandha is farmed in China, whereas our ashwagandha is certified organic, and it's clinically studied to massively increase melatonin production. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It's a hormone optimizer. It's pro-fertile, and it also massively boosts mood and focus. So it's super good for your brain. You're gonna freaking love it, and that's in the male and female stack too. So I do think that with all the strangeness that's going on, I mean, what better time to be of sound mind, sound body, and detox your system, man, especially from the heavy metals, which that one whistleblower said is more important than ever to detox them now in case they crank up the cell towers. Well, Sonny, I get everyone's outrage at Bill Gates. I really do. Like, he said all this shit. He's a whack job, you know. But also, knowing what's behind all this, I feel like he himself is actually a victim. Like, I don't think, for one, because we can even see his face and he's like this personality and this talking head, I would say that he is a, you know, the real ones pulling the strings you don't see on TV, right? So I'm thinking more that he's a puppet. Was he mind controlled from a young age? Is he a clone? Like, I don't even know that he's a real person, you know? But what I wonder is that, so that's why I don't really even, like, I totally get, especially when I would get fact checked and I got in trouble on Instagram for posting about Bill Gates and his satanicness. It made me especially be like, fuck you, man. But I guess upon these years later, I'm thinking, whatever, man, you know? Yeah, definitely tell that to Katie, dialed 100%. Yeah, Sonny, he could be a reptilian. That's right, 100%. And but here's the thing, guys. Don't you remember what happened to Aaron Rothschild? I remember this was in 2016. I was watching an interview with Carrie Cassidy, who's a big time exposer of what's going on from California. And she interviewed she interviewed a woman named Aaron Rothschild, who gave her full testimony of like fleeing the family and what happened to her and all that. And dude, it's from a young age that they get these people to eventually fulfill these roles. And so I actually pity them. And you know, see if that interview is still up. I would be shocked if it was. No, they pulled that shit. See, it's funny. I type in Aaron Rothschild, Carrie Cassidy, and I get Hillary Clinton videos, a video of like Mark Richards. Like, who the hell? It doesn't even properly pull up. I guess I'll have to Google it. Like, YouTube always is scrubbing stuff, eh? Aaron Rothschild, Carrie Cassidy. Okay, here it is. Hmm. PolitiFact, which is a fact-checking website, says Rothschild conspiracy theory resurfaces, but the family doesn't control global finance. Doesn't control the global financial system. What an odd thing to say. Um, 12 years ago. Okay, here it is. So what's 12 years ago? 10 is 16. No way. It was 2014 that I was listening to this video. And I was listening to it in Miami, actually. It's not like a riveting watch, like I wouldn't go watch it again, but I remember watching it being mind blown about what happened. So that was 12 years ago. Wow. It's been a while, man, that we've been researching. I've been seeing that, Desiree. I did hear about the Nick Shirley bill. Um, There's something about Nick Shirley, though. Some of you guys must know. I'm not going to say it, but some of you guys must know what happened with the wondersomeness of Nick Shirley. That's right, Isaiah. Isaiah, well said, man. 100%, dude. Yeah, exactly. The other thing what I posted today that was I found interesting is those ancient temples in India, all of those like weird looking spires and artifacty looking things that look like jet turbines, they're all supposed to move. At some point they were spinning and moving, and they're all like petrified now or seized up. They think that some of these ancient Indian temples were like machines, man, and maybe energy generators or something. Yeah, exactly. No, so it's getting strange. And then this Strait of Hormuz thing is I thought it was supposed to be April 15th, but there was no announcement today. But isn't it interesting? April 15th, the day they announced that you can stop withholding your taxes and get paid your full paycheck. If everyone does that though, like a shitload of people are going to forget or spend it all, and then that alone would affect the system big time, man. So that the very fact that this tax withholding thing happens now makes me think the financial system is definitely going to be changed in the next 12 months big time, because when the what is he deputy fucking secretary Scott saying that to stop paying your taxes basically in a funny way, then like that's pretty strange, don't you think? That means shit's gonna pop off, shit's gonna change 100%. Okay, guys, listen, so we're going to rest up and discuss. We got a lot more stuff to post and discuss tomorrow. We're going to extend this deal, though, for the free lit for the next 30 minutes. So if you go to chalk.com and you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 44life, you'll get that lifetime 44% off discount, and you'll get a delicious detoxing $100 bag of lit powder included in your order. Uh, Shout out to all the people who are already on the chalk train and on the 90-day chalk challenge to detox and boost their system naturally and restore their vitality. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's live. You can DM me with any questions. Make sure your live notifications are on as well, so you know when we're live tomorrow. And thank you all for joining. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Shout out to Katie, or Katie there. Prayers for Katie to speedy recovery. All right, much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.